Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about HCMC, Healthier Choices Management Corp. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on. If you'd like to watch my previous video, you'll find it in the description below. Let's jump right into this one. So this one I've covered a few times before. Just to give you a bit of perspective, Healthier Choices Management Corp is a US-based publicly traded company specializing in providing customers with healthier alternatives to everyday lifestyle choices. They have three main parts of the company. So the first one is an intellectual property holdings, second is healthy choices markets, and the third is vape stores. So they have stores, they have vape stores or grocery stores as well, and they also have a company that has a list of patents here that are generated in the US. And if you've been following this one, there's one thing you can really recall on is their lawsuit against PM. So this is based on a patent infringement versus Philip Morris, which is a massive company. If you were just to look Philip Morris, you'll find that their market cap is multiples times that of HCMC. Their current market cap is around $135 billion. So I've covered in my last video the update towards this law case. Currently, it's sitting on March 2nd as of last week on Tuesday. Minute order, the application for admission for ProHack Vice entered by CRD. Nothing here other than just they just put in a minute order. It was electronically filed, and there's still no updates coming towards this one. Now, I did find a bit of documents that I found very useful from Stanford, but before then, let's jump a little bit into the SEC filing because we do have a couple of updates. For instance, first is the growth strategy. So expand our store base, increase sales from existing customers, growth our customer base, improve our operating margins. I do recommend you do take a look into this SEC filing because it really outlines everything you need to know about this company's growth potential, what they're looking to do, some of their even employees, COVID-19, everything from their stores to retail to vape, the vape part of their retail of their stores, etc. Everything goes on here. But we're going to skip that just because a lot of folks have seen it before. On the 8K, you get to see that their current CEO or Chief Operating Officer, CEO, and the President is actually going to stay here until January 30th, 2024 based on an extended contract. Now, on an 8K filing that we recently as well had, you get to see that they're decreasing the amount of shares from 460 billion to 207 billion. That's an approximately 45% savings in dilution of the companies and its common stockholders. And there's also apparently down the line potential of them even decreasing these shares further. So that is something amazing because it's not dilution. They're actually, your shares are now worth more. Moving on towards the Stanford part. So this is actually from a lecture from one of their presentations back in August 4th, 2016. I found it to be interesting because I do have a couple of things here I need to highlight about patent litigations. So you get to see that the entire process takes around 2.4 years on average. Roughly 90% of cases settle in phase 1 and phase 2. Currently, I believe we are in phase 3 to claim construction to experts, and roughly 2 to 5% complete phase 4. So in terms of numbers, phase 1 to 3, 95 to 97% of cases settle before the trial, and it's a relatively low probability, less than 10% to 12% of cases continue to phase 3 and 4. Phase 3, experienced talented litigation counsel can be a critical factor at depositions and summary judgment hearing, which occurs in phase 3. The typical time frame here is between 6 to 8 months. Next, you get to see the entire process. So it goes on first with a complaint, infringement contentions, which is 4 months, invalidity contentions around 6 months, exchange claim construction, that's around 7 to 8 months, and claim construction hearing around 9 to 10 months. So currently what we probably going to expect is a settlement, which has a 95 to 97% probability. And with that settlement comes in, it most likely would go ahead towards the capital and the cash of HCMC. Now, are they going to give back dividends? Probably not in that case, but it will increase the price over book and the valuation of that company. Now, it might as well stop PM from actually using that patent or continue to use that patent through paying royalties or some kind of continuous money settlement as long as you use that technology. Now moving on towards the technical analysis. If you haven't done so, please make sure to subscribe and leave notifications on. It helps my channel a lot. If you would like to ask me more questions, you can do so on the Discord server link that is found in the description below. So on a one-day perspective, what we get to see is that the moving averages today have slipped up and turned bearish on 10 SMA and the 30 EMA. That's forgivable because it's currently above the 50 SMA. Now, taking a quick look, it's 50 SMA is above 200 SMA, that's bullish. MACD looks like it's attempting to go towards a reversal here, and that's a good thing. Momentum is actually increasing positively. That's amazing. William percent R is still at the oversold section. ADX doesn't tell us much because it was coming from a run. So it shows definitely there is a potential for a run coming up. Now, 30 EMA is above 10 SMA. And the price point is below the 50 SMA. Again, bearish on the 2-hour perspective, but notice that the 0.0018 is a critical point where you can actually start expecting it to rise further. The rest really shows a little bit sloppy. William percent R shows it's a bit overbought during the day, currently slopping around neutral. MACD shows a significant move here, and William percent R, we already covered William percent R. We're doing momentum here and shows a good improvement. Now, when we're moving on towards moving averages here, it doesn't show us much. You see, it's above the Bollinger Bands, it's within, but it doesn't really follow anything. Now, in terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, this here looks interesting because it takes a look at, well, this might actually be a bottom. That's what it's telling you. It might be a good time to go in for a swing or at least a bounce. Now, in terms of Fibonacci retracements, we see a significant support levels currently sitting at 0.0017, and resistances are as follow: 0.0026, next 0.0034, next 0.0041, next 0.0051, and up to 0.007. And now we need to take a quick look into significant supports on a price line action. So 0.0017, following that is the 0.0016. Following that, you're looking at 0.0014, and then down towards the 0.001. Significant resistances, again, this is at 0.0021, and then looking up to 0.0024, and then jumping up to 0.003, and then going up to 0.0034, and then to 0.0040. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Where do you see it going? Well, if you're trading this one, this has a good chance of actually seeing a higher jump, especially at a critical value here, critical level. Although some people might say, well, you know, it's going to take some while to get that. And yeah, you might get some while to get there. It looks like they're very active now as a company, an OTC company. They're updating their documents. Everything is up to check. It looks exciting there because it looks like a new chapter from their books. Now, with the thing going on with Philip Morris, are they probably going to get a settlement? Well, there is a good chance they're going to get a settlement. That settlement will go back towards their capital, which improves their valuation in long term. But in terms of a buyout, that might be a little bit out of the question. So think about a settlement. Now, how long will the settlement take? It depends, different case to case. We see around probably a couple of months, maybe 4. I think that we see earlier, the time frame, I would say 4 to 6 months is a fair valuation of how long it would take. So it's going to take some while. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. Have a wonderful day.